Hi, everybody. I was just on Facebook arguing over some stuff. It was a photo of the bed of a truck, and somebody cut a hole in it so they could access the fuel pump or the fuel sending unit. And people are flipping out because I said, "Yeah, I do it to all my vehicles." My Ford has two tanks, so two fuel pumps. I cut access ports for those. The Jeep has access ports. My Bronco has access ports. The Ford truck out there has access ports. The Ford Explorer out here has an access port. That came stock with the vehicle. Now, every vehicle I've had, I've put access ports in them. And one of the funniest things is all these old people are coming on. Oh, you've ruined the vehicle. We won't take those in trade because you're a hack. A real man would get on the ground and drop the tank. It's not that hard, dude. I've dropped tons of tanks. I mean, we ran a goddamn scrapyard. We ran a junkyard. We ran a goddamn machine shop. We've got friggin' two mechanic shops up in Montana. I've got family and friends that do machining and parts and everything out in Wisconsin. I've got a bunch of friends out here that do all kinds of work. And it's funny because there's all these people that are like, oh, a fabricator would never do that. Fabricators are the ones that do that the most. I mean, it's literally their job to do that. Oh, you messed it up. You ruined the strength and stability of the truck bed. Only if I do it wrong. I mean, where the tanks sit, they are in an area between cross members. So that section where they're at, there is play in, the bed. If you do it right and you cut out between those cross sections and then you overlap the edges, you're actually making that part of the vehicle stronger. If you're bolting through a cross member or a stability bar that's in the bed frame itself, you're making it stronger. When you're doing it for off-road vehicles, that's almost a requirement in most cases. Race cars, you have to have access to the gas tanks or fuel cells, as they call them. Access ports are used everywhere, and people are like, "Well, I only buy vehicles that don't need maintenance." Really? Are you seriously that stupid? I don't need maintenance on my vehicle because it's new. Yeah, you do. I mean, shit. That's like the biggest thing. Oh, I don't buy vehicles that need the work. Well, then you're lying to yourself because you buy a used vehicle, it's gonna need work. You buy a used vehicle, the first thing you have to do, or at least you should do, is go through and check the main things that will break or break down the most often. Wires, your plug wires, your spark plugs, your air filter. Check your brakes, check your lines, check your filters, your fuel filter at least. I mean, these things go bad. And if you change them out when you buy a used vehicle, then you don't have to guess. Oh, well, when was it last put in? I mean, you could buy a brand new to you used vehicle, get off the lot, try to drive it across the state, and it would die on you. And then you go, well, I don't know what happened. Well, the first thing you did was you went and took it on a cross country tour, and you didn't realize, oh, they said that it needed a little bit of work. Just because it's coming from a dealership or because somebody said that it works fine doesn't mean that it does. Like, get yourself a used vehicle. First thing you do, check it out. Take it apart. Take parts off of it. See if they're old or new. These people are freaking out because I said that I do it to my vehicles. Okay, one guy said it only takes me 40 minutes to drop a tank, disassemble it, put it all together with new parts, and then reinstall it. And that's when it gets into the shop to when it gets out of the shop. Lies. Because not every vehicle is the same. Not every vehicle uses the same parts. And I know for a fact that these people are looking for tools, looking for stuff. Oh, where did I put that? Where did I put that? Oh, where's the wrench? I just had it in my hand. Or they're laying on their back and they're doing this. Where is that part? Where did that part go? And they can't find it. I mean, hell, that right there is like fucking 40 minutes of just searching for shit. You don't have everything that you need. You don't know exactly what parts you're going to need right off the bat. You're going to be laying down there. You're going to be checking and looking, and okay, this strap has a nut that's stripped. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one it's been driven through the snow, so it's rusted. It's corroded. Stuff's going wrong. I took a drill bit, drilled a small pilot hole, nibbled my way out all the way around, pulled everything out. From the top, you can see the pump. You can see your wires. You can see everything. You take some brake cleaner or some carb cleaner. You spray it all over that. Get all the gunk, everything that's built up on top of the tank off. You take a rag. You wipe it down. You tap out that little retaining ring. Pull everything out. Put your new stuff in. New ring. Plug everything back up. And then you mount a new plate over the top. Sure, that first time that you make that plate, you're going to use like the rivet nuts or nut zerts, as some call it, or you're going to use some of those nut clamps. It's like a little clamp that slips on the metal, and it's got the nut on the one side, and then it's got a through hole on the top. Yeah, you'll drill out a hole, slip that on there, and then you're going to nut through it or bolt through it. Yeah. Your first time doing that's going to be, maybe an hour. But once you're done with that, once you've done that step, every single time there's an issue, it's going to be so much easier because you're just going to have to unbolt. Just take those couple of bolts out and you're good. Take a look. You can see in there. I've taken my vehicles to mechanic shops. And they're like, oh, we've got to check this. Okay, yeah, there's an access patch in the back. Just lift the carpet. Oh, that's so much easier. Because they don't have to drop a tank. They don't have to guess how much fuel's in there. These people are like, oh, it's just 2 straps and you drop the tank. No, it's not. Bullshit. There's vehicles where the tank is above the spare tire. You have to remove the spare tire first before you can get to the tank. You have to disconnect your fill line and your vent line. You have to disconnect those 2 lines. It won't drop unless you do that. And that's on every single vehicle. Not just 1 vehicle or 2 vehicles. That's every single vehicle. You have to make sure that your lines aren't snipped in or connected or held up out of the way by wire harnesses or any kind of wire clips, or you're going to rip them. You have to make sure all of this stuff. 2 straps and then it's done. No, there's tons of stuff to do. There's tons of stuff. And they're like, oh no, it's only 2 straps. It's 2 bolts. How lazy are you? These people are like, oh, you don't have to drain the tank because you can just put a big block of wood on a jack and then jack up and it'll hold the tank, and then you slowly let it down, and then you can do it. Okay, for that to work, you have to have the vehicle jacked up so that you can lower the tank down, because you're not going to be able to jack up and lower down at the same time. That's not how this works. These people claim to be, mechanics and engineers and fabricators, and it's like they don't even know like the common steps to doing any of this stuff. They don't know what's really going on. And it's freaking hilarious to see all these people going, you don't know what you're talking about. I've been doing it for see, 28 years now. I think I know what I'm doing. Just driving me nuts. All these people think that they are better than me because they do it the hard way.